6 weeks. That is all the time I had between my father's diagnosis and the day we buried him. 6 short weeks. An almost 80-year-old life brought to its finality in what seemed to me like a very rushed process. I had no time to stop and really take in the moment because my siblings and I had been so focused on just trying to get him better. We did not lose hope up until the last moment he breathed his last. But 6 weeks is all we had. And the day that he actually died, I was thousands of miles away. And that just was a numbing feeling that I had. I was still grateful. I was grateful that I was able to spend a lot of time with him in that short 6 weeks. But still, I was not there for that final moment. And it had me reflecting and really thinking about my own life. Listen, I don't know, and neither do you know, the time that you're going to expire, that you're going to die. And there is a certain humility that death can induce in a person who is willing to reflect. For the last few years, I've really been thinking about legacy and what that would look like for me. I've been fascinated with the Stoic belief or practice of memento mori, which is basically meditating on one's death. Not to be morbid or anything, but just living with this realization that yes, one day you are going to die. And therefore, how does that reality shape your current reality? And how does it shape your actions? And how does it change the way that you live? And how does it change the way that you show up in the world? And so that 6 weeks with my dad was a moment that helped me reflect on my own life. And there are a few lessons that I have been thinking a lot about. The first being that time doesn't negotiate. Time doesn't negotiate. It just arrives. That moment of finality just arrives. This saying goes, there are two things that are guaranteed in life, right? Death and taxes. They are both coming. Time doesn't negotiate. And so, how do I then live my life? And to be honest with you, and I had to be honest with myself, I spend a lot of time preparing, thinking about the idea. I spend a lot of time just gaming everything out. Is this going to work the way I want it to work? And I get stuck in what I call analysis paralysis, where I have gamed everything out to the point that it stops me from actually taking action. For example, this channel and this video are years in the making, but they're now just coming to fruition. And my father's death has been a catalyst for that because I can get into my car right now, be driving to work, get into an accident, and be no more. I'm not guaranteed tomorrow, neither are you. So, how do you want to live? How do you want to be remembered? Those are important things for us to think about. So, the first lesson for me really has been that time doesn't negotiate. And if I were to think about maybe another lesson I have learned is perfection is overrated. Oftentimes, I don't act because I want it to be perfect, but I won't know if it even works until I put it out there. I don't know if this video is going to reach somebody and be encouraging to somebody unless I put it out there and get some feedback. Action is feedback. But oftentimes we wait for perfection and therefore never act. But if we are being honest with ourselves, it is rooted in the arrogance of thinking that we have all the time in the world. And my father's death taught me, no, we don't. He's not the first close person I have lost. I lost my mother in 2012. But that death was a little bit different too because I was young. Yes, I spent a lot of time grieving, but I still felt that I still had a lot of time ahead of me. It did not really change the way I was living like my father's death has. And so I'm here putting this out there to encourage a man, a woman, to say that you don't have to wait for perfection. Time is cruel, and we don't know when we will exit this earth. So don't live your life as if you are guaranteed tomorrow. Don't wait for perfection. Act today. Put it out there. Do the thing that you have always wanted to do. Don't spend your life just trying to make sure that every T is crossed and every I is dotted. Don't live for the opinions of others. That's the other thing, too, that we allow people's opinions to stop us. And some of it is even just the opinions we assume people are going to have. So this negative self-talk internally stops us from actually doing what we want to do, because we convince ourselves before we even put it out there that people are going to judge it harshly, and we are going to be sad and affected and depressed by people's opinions, and therefore we never get to just put it out there. So I want us to live differently, and that's why I've named this channel The Untamed Man. It is based on a project I've been working on with the same name, The Untamed Man, because I hate domestication. And time has a way of domesticating us. People's opinions have ways of domesticating us. Our own sense of self worth has a way of domesticating us. But we want to be unleashed, to live life with purpose, because we do have a purpose. We are not an accident. And maybe somebody out there needs to hear me. You are not an accident. Regardless of the circumstances surrounding your birth, you are not an accident. And so I hope that you would journey with me to live a life that is untamed, undomesticated, because tomorrow is not guaranteed. All we have is today. So let's make it count. Subscribe to this channel, and we're going to journey together so that we can be all that we were created to be. God bless you.